Normally I'd say it was a good thing that I was right about my pick winning yesterday because I picked the Cardinals to win, but considering like every time I've been right, every Sunday's been kind of horrible for me in terms of the NFL picks I make then, I don't know how to feel about this. Oh, well, I guess I'll just take one day at a time. So let's get to my low, my high, my act of kindness. Well, for starters, my low is it's really cold outside. In fact, I'll be honest, I'm going to be going to the football game tonight at Horseheads. I know for a fact I'm going to have to pack like a whole bunch of layers. I just know I am. And I don't quite know if I'm looking forward to that, but it is what it is. My high is, there. For whatever reason, it looked as if I was on an angle. Okay, that's better now. So my high is, well, now, for whatever reason, my chair just got like really comfortable. I don't know why. My high is I got to spend the evening with my folks last night, and my mom finally made something that she hasn't made in a long time that I want to, she finally made meatloaf. That's what it was. I hadn't had meatloaf in like months, and so she finally made it, and it was amazing, just as I remember. And my act of kindness was I actually helped prepare dinner and, set the table and everything. I mean, my mom already made the meatloaf, but I had to cook it, but seriously, at best, it takes like 2.5 hours to make a meatloaf. That's if you know what you're doing. So, there you go. Last night I helped make dinner, and I'll be posting photos of that a little bit later. Right now I'm actually running late, but before I talk about that, before I leave for my day, I have to talk about Hot Ones because this episode turned out to be exactly the way I thought it was going to be. So happy Friday, everyone. So, Noel Bennett. I don't know what to say. It was great. It was exactly the kind of episode I thought I was going to get after I looked up who he was, because I already knew who he was. I mentioned how he is a businessman in terms of music. That was a little bit wrong of me. Like, yeah, he does a little bit of the business side, but he's known for doing, music videos and such. And he really talked about, one thing he talked about that interested me is, I forget like who specifically he talked about, but he would talk about how he watched other, music video directors and sort of learn from them, learn from their style and add that to his own, which that usually is what happens for a lot of greats. Anyone will tell you that like any of the greats in one thing, they had to have learned from the greats in somewhere else. A great example is the NFL. In terms of, NFL quarterbacks, you have, Patrick Mahomes and Dak Prescott and Kyler Murray and all those guys. But, back in the day it was, John Elway, Roger Staubach, Dan Marino, Troy Aikman, like those people. Every generation has its share of greats that at some point or another learn from others. And I just use sports as an example. Really, any sort of field works with that logic. Okay, I gotta talk about one, because during explaining that, Graham, I gotta talk about the photo that really caught my eye, because he's literally in a photo with Mike Tyson, Dr. Dre, and Eminem. Now, if you guys know me by now, you know that Eminem is my favorite rapper of all time. So, when he said that was a dream moment for him, bro, that is cool. That was really, really, really cool. One question that was interesting. I am not remotely an expert when it comes to rap music or anything like that. But I understand when a situation is, significant. And one instance is when Universal approached Noel Bennett for coming up with the theme song for the trailer for Minions: The Rise of Gru. And normally when they do this sort of thing, they want to go for an artist that's a bit more, kid friendly. And it makes sense. Minions Rise of Gru was a kid's movie. And is. It didn't just like show up and disappear forever. No, it is a kid's movie. Rule of thumb, like unless like the thing doesn't exist anymore, or if you're talking about a person, the person dies, always use present tense. That's just common courtesy. So, long story short, Noel Bennett got Yeet to do like the theme song for the trailer for the movie. I'm like, it's really big because Yeet isn't really known for, kid stuff or family friendly fare. He just isn't, that's huge. And they got him for that, and they got him to do it. Speaking of like, and while we're on the subject of music videos, like, okay, I'll be honest, I tried looking up because here's the thing, for the last dab, the final question was, name your Mount Rushmore of music videos. I looked up like the names of I looked at that scene again, and I'm like, geez, I still don't remember who they are. But then it sort of hit me, do I have a Mount Rushmore of music videos myself? I don't know. I mean, I've seen a lot of music videos. I only listen to music that obviously, I like or looks interesting. And it's really hard to come up with a Mount Rushmore of music videos solely because music really has such a broad spectrum. Like, I would need to come up with a Mount Rushmore for rap music videos. I could come up with a Mount Rushmore for country music videos. I could come up with a Mount Rushmore of J-pop or K-pop or, rock and roll. Like, you name it. So it really is, and obviously when they come in, and there's a lot of songs with music videos, obviously. So it really would be hard for me to come up with a Mount Rushmore of music videos. So, hats off to Noel Bennett for, at least coming with a Mount Rushmore at all. Because I've seen a lot of great music videos myself, and it'd be hard to just narrow down to a top 20. So there you go. The Nostalgia Room. Oh, dude, the Nostalgia Room looks cool. What a great idea, too. Like, if you don't know, he owns is it Liquid Lemonade Productions? I think so. And in his company, there's a room that's filled with like all sorts of stuff from like the 80s and 90s, like stuff from like The Simpsons and stuff like that. Like, that's really cool. Because anyone will tell you, nostalgia really is that sort of thing that, makes you look back on a simpler and hopefully happier time in a person's life. Look at Doug Walker, aka the Nostalgia Critic. He knows that probably better than anyone. And it really is fun just to go back and see like toys from like that era that you just don't see anymore, or you got to go out of your way to find and stuff like that, like collector's items and stuff. That's really cool. I would go check out that company just to check out the Nostalgia Room alone, because I would do that. Okay, I think, how do I say this? It seems like every time I do one of these videos, I come across a question that really does speak to me. And I forget what wing it was, but Sean asked, basically it's the question about, wanting to do what he does forever. It's a question that's been talked about in Hot Ones before. But it really does beg the question. Like, at the very end of the day, you are you. And whether you become great or not, no one can ever truly duplicate what you do. nor could you really do what you do forever. And Noah Bennett actually knows this. I'm probably butchering his name. I am so sorry. About that. But my point is, for example, take me for instance. I've been making videos since literally January 1st, 2018. I've been doing this every day for that long. But I know for a fact I'm not going to be able to do this forever. I mean, I like to do it, Pope style, and just do it till the bitter end. But maybe that won't happen. But that's okay, because I really like the message in eventually someone's going to see what I do, and maybe they want to try doing it themselves and set a positive example for people in the future to do it later. I thought that was really touching. And, it's true. I mean, we all want to leave a legacy. I know I do. But you want to do it in a way that's smart. You want to do it in a way that's, like, okay, this guy seemed like a really cool guy. Like, let's learn more about him, see what he did, see who this person was or why they were interesting. Or, I want to say special, but that's, again, I try not to use special because of what Neil deGrasse Tyson said in his Hot Ones episode. But yeah, what made them be them? And on the off chance that for whatever reason I stop making videos, one goal I guess I have is, I wouldn't mind if someone did what I was doing after I was gone. Sure, someone could. That wouldn't bother me. And I would wish them all the success in the world, provided that they do it in a way that's, smart. I mean, there's a reason why I say at the end of every video, make good choices. Because it really doesn't take a rocket science to realize that one bad thing you do can really hurt you forever. So that's what I try and do. That's why, every day I focus on, not that I actually want to get a low for my low, my high, my times, but I do try, focus on what was the low part of my day and what was the high part of my day, and did I really do even one kind deed at all? I legit try and focus on that, because even though in that moment they're small, over time it adds up into something great. It does. So, yeah, this was a great Hot Ones episode. I personally thoroughly enjoyed it. Although I really liked how the episode started off with, obviously, because normally when they do the opening clip, they do they pretty much show their reaction to the bomb. Then they do the intro, and then they cut to Sean. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Sean Evans, from Hot Ones over that. And in the intro for this one, it's his reaction to the bomb. And then Sean Evans is like, you know what, this was probably a mistake, but you know what, we're here. I just thought that was funny. I just thought that was really funny, because you would think, considering that Sean Evans has been doing this for at least 6 years now. Actually, I think it may even be longer than that. Maybe it's but the point is, for as long as Sean Evans has been doing that, this long, and you're openly saying now this is a mistake. Okay. Sean Evans, I love you, bro. You're cool. I still say you are the best cornerman in the game. And that's no lie. If I was ever on Hot Ones, I would say going in, I've got two things going for me. I'm nervous, because if I'm not nervous, that means I'm not ready. and I got the best cornerback in the game, and I would immediately point to Sean Evans. That's what I would do if I was on Hot Ones. Because it's true. If you ever, seriously, like, even with people who react to the bomb in like the most negative fashions, like Sean Evans is suffering too, but it really is admirable that like he's trying to bring you back. Like, he's legit like on your side trying to help you through the intense amount of pain that you're in. And yeah, it's funny, but it's also really kind of nice. I mean, when you're under that amount of pressure, you really do want like to have that sort of, like, you need to have somebody at your back. You do. And if I were to ever take on the wings of death myself one day, I wouldn't just be, I'd be privileged to do it with Sean Evans. Are you kidding me? That's awesome. I mean, I don't know what we talk about. But then again, the good folks over at First, seriously, the good folks over at First Feast are really thorough with what they research. Seriously, like, I talked about like Noah Bennett yesterday, and they mentioned how like he was a running back for like his football team, his high school football team in Ohio, like by looking at Max Preps. Like, who looks at Max? Well, actually, I shouldn't say who looks at Max Preps anymore. Anyone who wants to play Division I college football looks at Max Preps. But you get the idea. Like, that's really thorough research. Which kind of makes me wonder, if I was ever on Hot Ones, what would they say about me? That would kind of worry me a little bit. I don't know. I'm sure that being, as far as I know, I haven't really done anything bad. But who knows? Maybe I'll be caught by surprise. I mean, I got the whole rest of my life for something to happen to me. So there's that. So I hope you liked this video, and if you did, leave a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It would do the YouTube channel greatly. You'll follow me on social media. As always, I'm very humble to make this video. For all of you guys who watch and enjoy today, and hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Friday. And remember, if you're going to talk channel, we'll be here to lend you. Always have your back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.